Amid the constant rush of airports, flashing cameras, and back-to-back schedules, Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, offered a glimpse into something refreshingly simple. On Weavers, he shared that his morning had started with a 5.73-kilometer run. The distance may appear modest at first glance, yet the number carried symbolic weight for fans. To them, it represented discipline, balance, and a personal ritual that grounded him in the middle of a whirlwind global career. "It's my way of finding peace against the chaos of travel," he reportedly wrote, hinting that the rhythmic pounding of his footsteps had become his sanctuary. The post quickly spread across social media, with fans highlighting how such a seemingly ordinary act revealed a side of Taehyung rarely visible beneath the layers of fame, a human being striving for balance. Hours later, the contrast could not have been more striking. The same man who quietly logged kilometers in solitude stepped into one of the grandest stages of the fashion world, Paris Fashion Week. This time, Taehyung wasn't just a guest. As Celine's global ambassador, his appearance carried weight, blending personal charisma with corporate strategy. The journey from jogging tracks to Fashion Week spotlights mirrored his dual narrative: the ordinary discipline of a young man and the extraordinary demands of a cultural icon. Fashion insiders remarked on the duality. "Taehyung makes the jump from sneakers to couture seamlessly," one editor quipped. "That relatability is what makes him the face of this era." If Paris represented the physical stage, the digital stage told an equally impressive story. In 2025, Taehyung dominated Google searches across 74 countries, an unprecedented feat even in the fast-moving world of K-pop. Analysts observed that this wasn't just about fleeting virality. The sheer breadth of global interest pointed to something deeper. Taehyung was no longer just a musician or performer. He had become a cultural reference point, his name embedded in the daily search habits of millions. For Celine, this digital footprint translated into measurable value. "Visibility of this scale is priceless," noted a marketing consultant. "It's not just about clicks, it's about positioning your brand alongside the most searched figure on Earth." When Taehyung finally arrived at PFW, the fashion world responded with unanimous attention. Wearing a curated Celine ensemble that balanced timeless elegance with modern edge, he instantly became the centerpiece of coverage. Major outlets like Vogue and Elle ran features describing him as the highlight of the season, while photographers vied for the perfect shot of his entrance. Onlookers whispered that his presence alone elevated the event. The phrase "man of the hour" quickly spread beyond the runway, capturing both the immediacy of the moment and the enduring magnetism he projected. If Paris was about the physical spectacle, X, formerly Twitter, became the digital amplifier. Within minutes of his appearance, the hashtag TaehyungXCeline surged into global trending lists. Millions of posts flooded timelines, fans posting high-resolution pictures, videos from attendees, and even humorous memes contrasting his 5.73-kilometer run with his polished PFW looks. The discourse was electric, balancing admiration with fascination. The community's verdict was clear. Taehyung had transcended the role of celebrity. He was the cultural man of the hour, equally at home in running gear and luxury fashion. Behind the headlines lay a carefully crafted strategy. As Celine's global ambassador, Taehyung wasn't just an invited guest. He was the embodiment of the brand's vision. Known for targeting youthful yet refined audiences, Celine found in Taehyung the perfect synergy. His fan base's purchasing power and global spread aligned seamlessly with the brand's ambitions. Within 24 hours of his PSW appearance, searches for Celine spiked significantly, with early reports suggesting double-digit increases in product interest. Celine doesn't just borrow Taehyung's star power, they align with his narrative: discipline, creativity, and duality, and that creates authentic engagement. Yet even as the lights shone brighter, the burden grew heavier. Taehyung's dual life, personal routines like running juxtaposed against the demands of a global ambassador, highlighted the fine line he must walk. His Weavers update reminded fans that behind the flawless fashion spreads was someone carving out small sanctuaries of normalcy. Experts in celebrity psychology argue this balance is vital for long-term sustainability. Humanizing moments like a morning run counteract the dehumanizing aspects of fame. Taehyung's ability to share both sides may be what allows him to thrive in the relentless ecosystem of K-pop and global fashion. In the world of luxury branding, Taehyung's role stood out even further when compared with other global ambassadors. Lisa of Blackpink represented Bulgari's bold luxury, while Jackson Wang embodied Louis Vuitton's experimental flair. Taehyung, however, projected something unique, elegant yet relatable. His image carried the timeless charm of a classic gentleman, yet remained grounded enough for fans to see themselves reflected in him. This balance differentiated Celine's narrative. Other ambassadors emphasize exclusivity, said one fashion critic. Taehyung emphasizes inclusivity. He brings you into the story. The implications extended beyond Celine. Taehyung's presence at PFW underscored the deeper relationship between K-pop and global fashion. What once seemed like a collaboration of convenience had now matured into cultural symbiosis. Through him, K-pop fandom's digital force directly intersected with luxury fashion's cultural capital. Young consumers from Latin America to Europe suddenly saw Korean artistry not only as entertainment, but as lifestyle inspiration. Paris Fashion Week 2025, in this sense, became more than a fashion event. It became a marker of cultural globalization, with Taehyung at its center. In the end, the story circled back to where it began, a 5.73-kilometer run. A simple act of discipline and grounding, it symbolized the personal amidst the public. From that quiet morning routine, Taehyung moved into the flashing cameras of Paris, dominated digital trends across continents, and reinforced one of the world's most iconic luxury brands. The duality became the narrative itself, simplicity paired with spectacle, humanity paired with global influence. Taehyung is no longer merely a musician or a face on a campaign. He is the embodiment of how small steps, consistently taken, can ripple into a cultural phenomenon felt around the world. Behind the glamour of Paris and the viral hashtags lies an undeniable economic engine. Taehyung's presence at Paris Fashion Week was not just cultural, it was financial. According to preliminary reports from marketing research groups, brands associated with his appearances experience a measurable Taehyung effect, a surge in both online traffic and offline sales. When he appeared wearing a Celine jacket, e-commerce platforms in Asia and Europe reported stock shortages within hours. Economists studying celebrity influence argue that Taehyung embodies the new definition of soft power. It's no longer just governments or corporations shaping global trends. Individuals like Taehyung can shift consumer behavior in real time across continents. For Celine, the return on investment from this ambassadorship may be impossible to quantify fully in numbers, but one executive hinted, he is not just an ambassador, he is a multiplier. One of the most fascinating aspects of Taehyung's rise is how much of the storytelling comes not from official press releases, but from fans themselves. When Taehyung uploaded his 5.73-kilometer run on Weavers, fans immediately created graphics of running maps, fitness challenges inspired by him, and even charity runs under his name. After his Paris Fashion Week appearance, fan accounts became real-time news agencies, posting live translations, outfit analyses, and creative edits that reached millions before traditional media outlets could react. This grassroots storytelling reinforces his authenticity. Fans are not passive consumers, they are active curators of his global image. The hashtag TaehyungXCeline wasn't just a label, it was a collective declaration. We see him, we celebrate him, we carry his story further. In this way, Taehyung's global phenomenon becomes co-created, a dialogue between the artist, the brand, and the fans who give meaning to every post, outfit, and step.